Welcome to the Capital Exchange. I'm Steve Wilbur, Managing Director at Allen Capital Group.
And I'm Travis Portwood, Chief Investment Officer with Allen Capital Group.
Travis, estate planning is a core piece of every financial plan that we work through for clients. There are various components to estate plans, but two major pieces of an estate plan are wills and revocable trusts. Oftentimes people ask the question, if I have a will, do I need a revocable living trust? So at a high level, let's discuss the difference between the two and help people understand which plan might be better for them.
Yeah, Steve, so the first major difference between a will and a revocable living trust is that a will takes effect at death, while a revocable living trust takes effect while you're still alive. Now, both a will and a revocable living trust deal with the transfer of assets to beneficiaries or heirs, but assets transferring via will go through probate. Assets transferring via trust actually get to skip probate and they go directly to the beneficiaries.
So Travis, to summarize, the transfer of assets via a will can take time, while the transfer of a trust is immediate.
Ask anyone who's been involved with probate.
That's a good piece of information to know. Another important distinction between the two is that a will names guardianship for your children. God forbid, should anything happen to you. It is important to discuss and determine who, though, is the right person or people, because they're going to be raising your children.
And not a decision to be taken lightly.
No, and the trust doesn't involve guardianship, though, just assets, along with the who, the how, and the when the assets are going to be distributed. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right, Steve. And we mentioned that assets transferring via wills go through probate while transfers via trust do not. I also want to point out, in case people are unaware, when probate is involved, that information is public. People can go down to the courthouse and find the information on what was transferred via probate from your estate. A guy I was in the business with years ago used to call those the snoop sheets. Go down and get the snoop sheets from the courthouse.
Everybody wants to know other people's business.
Yeah, so not involving probate would keep your information private. So if privacy is important to you, consider that revocable living trust to help avoid probate. No probate, no public information.
Yeah, Travis, another question we get is how difficult is it to change a will or a trust once it's set up? Wills are generally easy to adjust if you need to, and this all depends on the complexity of the trust, though. Straightforward trusts are pretty easy to adjust. If you get a complex trust where there's a lot of moving parts, though, it could be very difficult or time-consuming to change.
Last, Steve, let's address cost. Common belief is that wills are affordable, but adding a trust can involve expensive fees. And this can be true if the trust is complex, like you mentioned. In some situations, they call for complexity. But most of the time, that's not the case. The majority of trusts are straightforward in how assets are distributed. And for clients using Allen Capital Services, creating an estate plan, if the estate plan includes only a will and a straightforward trust, the cost is fairly similar. It's not much more expensive to add that trust to the estate plan.
No, I completely agree. Travis, this has been great. I look forward to it next week.
Look forward to it as well. Thank you for watching this week's Exchange.
To make sure you don't miss out on future discussions, please follow us on social media.
Make sure to like and share our videos, and we'll see you next week.